Good evening, everybody. Hello. Yes, good to see everybody. Just want to make sure that everybody can hear me. So once you come in, maybe you say hello to me and tell me whether the sound check is okay and the video quality is okay as well. Okay. Ooh. Yep. Video and sound all okay. Good evening. Yes. Sound and video okay. Hello, Sean. Wow, Sean, you're always one of the first to come in, huh? Okay, thank you. Thanks for liking. Eric, good to see you. Joe, good to see you. I love it whenever all this, all you guys always give like. The bull market is finally here. I quite think so as well. Yes. Okay. Hi. Good evening, Wan Long. Yes. Hi. Is the sound quality all okay? Yeah. Sound quality. Lena, good to see you. Yes. JT. Was being cheeky the other time. It's okay. Yes. Finally catch your video. Oh, no, Lisa, I've seen you before, right? Yes. Okay. Second to like. All right, cool. Wei Sing, good to see you. Sound okay? Is the video quality okay? Really like before you start. Perfect. Yes. Still Ching, good to see you too. Yes. Yes. Good. Okay. Like to video. Like yes. Like yes. Lisa like yeah. Every time I go live, I stop and listen. Thank you. Carlson. Yes. Is the video quality okay? I just want to make sure the video quality is okay. Yes. Yeah, okay, video quality is good. All right, good. Okay, sounds good. Okay. So I've got quite a few things to cover today, but the main topic is about this housing loan. But I want to touch briefly on the FTX saga as well, because a lot of people got burned by it, and much more than I thought, and it's quite painful to see so many people got burned by it. Yeah, so I wanted to talk about it as well. I'll cover more about it, but I want to cover I'll cover quite a lot about it. Yes, bull market is here. Yes. So clearly, my take is that the worst is over for the stock market. Okay, but and we will see a volatile recovery. Haven't I said that for in the recent 1 month or so there'll be a volatile recovery. We are seeing this, right? In fact, I've been seeing for quite a few weeks already a volatile recovery. Yeah. So let me cover stock market probably tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. But let me talk about two things. One in the lighter touch about the FTX saga, and the other one is about the home loan. Okay, and I'm focusing today on the home loan. How high will it go? Okay, FTX is in Singapore, trust me. I mean, as in a lot of people use FTX in Singapore, far more than I thought. And it's very close to home. Yeah, very close to home, as in the last time when Luna crashed, I only have maybe 1 or 2 person around my life got burned. This time around, I already counted maybe 10 got burned, and very badly. Yeah, so I thought it's important for me to just lightly talk about it. Yeah. So yes, thanks everybody for reminding everybody to like the video. As you can see, the more you like, the more people get to watch it. Okay. Yeah. Hello, Mark Liao. Good to see you. Yes. So maybe I do a light touch on FTX first. FTX is a crypto exchange. Okay. A lot of people in Singapore use FTX because Binance, the leading one, got banned by MAS. So as a result, a lot of people fall to FTX. In fact, there's some people actually could blame the government for it. Although MAS has told everybody, hey guys, this crypto is a very dangerous instrument to dabble with. Please don't go into it. Go into it, you really must have balls of steel or something like that. But anyway, so bottom line is that a lot of people still went after it. And initially I didn't think too much about it because I don't touch FTX. Then people start to write to me. The first batch of people who wrote to me were people who thanked me. And basically they say that, oh, thanks Mr. Lu, because you taught us not to touch crypto. I stayed away from, I pull out all my money from it. And as a result, I pull out all from FTX, right? A handful of them wrote to me actually, and as a result, I managed to escape this whole thing, right? So this I escaped maybe being burned. I actually asked them how much. So I thought maybe everybody dabble a little bit of crypto, 几千块钱 that kind of thing. Wow, no. Those people who managed to escape, I think escape tens of thousands of dollars, okay? So I thought, oh, heng, so a lot of people listen to me, right? So a lot of people should be safe. That's where the second wave of news came in. So in my 1865 group, which I've got 30,000 followers there, so I actually 20,000. I actually asked, hey, anybody got burned by FTX? A lot of people wrote to me, a lot, a lot, and the amount they got burned is mega. Unfortunately, mentees under my watch also got burned very badly. I'm not talking about small numbers right now, no. I've got a 27-year-old boy, very enterprising, very hardworking. 6-digit number got burned. Okay, basically his whatever he has, I think, is almost down. Then there was a company. My mentees are very young generation, yes, yeah. So in their 20s and early 30s. So I don't take any more mentees right now. Okay, unless there's a reason why they can help me in certain things. But I feel so bad that under my watch this guy actually got burned. I didn't know that he got so much in FTX. So it's quite a bad burn. So calculating the straw poll, okay, straw poll. Thanks guys for liking. This one you better like. I'm gonna say forcefully right now. Please, everybody, please say it, okay? Keep the hell out of crypto. This one I can say, okay? I don't think MAS is gonna have a problem with me saying this. Keep the hell out of crypto, right? Now, it's true. A lot of people said, Mr. Lu, you don't know shit about crypto, right? You don't know shit about crypto. What's the biggest loss? Early 30s, million over dollars. Yes. Yeah, I've come across and very close to it. Yeah. No. I have to say this, okay? I've got to say this about the crypto because it's very important. Okay. So it is very important that I highlight this risk, okay? Keep away from. A lot of people say, Mr. Lu, you don't know shit about crypto, therefore you are not qualified to comment. And you know what? It's not that I don't know shit about crypto. I have maybe gone through 10 rounds of trying to understand with different experts. What I don't understand is what is the underlying value of the asset. I cannot understand why is there a mad increase in the price, and I don't know how to predict the future. So therefore, I stay away from it. Yeah, I stay away from it. So, and I strongly encourage everybody to be very careful about crypto, right? So I stay away from it, As a result, I skipped death on this one. Okay, it doesn't mean I didn't lose money in other things, yes, but I this one, and clearly I stayed far away from it. But a lot of people got burned. Now I'm going to state the numbers, okay? Listen carefully how many people actually got burned. So within my immediate circle of people, I've counted so far maybe 10 to 15 of them got burned. And each of them ranging from $10,000 to $50,000. Okay? The average, there are extremes that lost about a 6-digit number. But majority of people is between $10,000 to $50,000. Okay, $10,000 to $50,000. So if I extrapolate the number and just say between 10 and 50, most people have $20,000. Listen to the number carefully. Most people have maybe $20,000 inside. Okay, and these are young people, mostly in their 20s to their 30 plus. Most people like me, uncle won't touch. They hell lah, right? So, but the young ones, about 10 to 50,000. Let's take a lower range, 20,000. Let's say everybody $20,000. Do you know how many people in Singapore are with FTX? Do you know? So, the last count was about 5% 5% of people of their registered user in FTX is in Singapore. 5%. How many users there are? 5 million. 5 over million. So let's take a so 5 times 5% times 5% of 5 million users, which is in Singapore. That's 250,000, at least. So it's 5 point something percent. But anyway, so 250,000. Let's assume not all trade now. Okay, that means register already, then back off, don't know how to use whatsoever. Everybody give a like, please. Let's say out of the 250,000, only 100,000 are actually active users. Okay, active users. So listen carefully, yeah. Listen carefully, yeah. 100,000 users times $20,000 on average has vaporized. How much money is that? Can you please calculate? 100,000 users. I took a low estimate already, okay? Times $20,000 per person. Because I told you the average that I know of is between 10 to 50,000. Can someone please tell me how much money was lost? Simple math. Okay, someone please tell me, please. No, Sean, you underestimated. No. Yes, Henry, your mathematics is always very good. $2 freaking billion. 2 billion. Billion-sus. My goodness. 2 billion, 2 billion. Hi, Yuyun. 2 billion. Can you believe it? 2 billion has been vaporized in Singapore, and these are young people that cannot afford to lose this kind of money, 2 billion, I mean, Mr. Lu lose $20,000, sub water to me. I'm not trying to brag, but I'm telling you, I've lost millions before, and I've done no big deal. $20,000 is hourly movement for me. But these young people, they can afford, they need this house to buy a house or whatever, kind of thing. 2 billion, Now, I might have overestimated, because I only have, don't know, maybe 10, but I don't have actual numbers, so I gotta do some aggregation, right? 2 billion. And for those people who dare, okay, in my channel, dare say, Mr. Lu, you don't know shit about crypto, so you're not qualified. Okay, you're not qualified to comment, okay? Shame on you. You are one of those people that caused this bloodbath, right? Because you are promoting, something that you know shit about. Now I can say that. Of course, I should have, looking back, I should have been more forceful in telling people. I should have been more, tell everybody, that, stay away is red poison. Of course, hindsight, I don't oversay it, because there could be a chance that I was wrong, that actually this is some, huge money. I've got one, only out of so many, I got one mentee who exactly at the first news of this risk of FTX, pull out everything, huge amount, okay, hundreds of thousands of dollars. He managed to escape death. Okay, so let me say right now, Coinbase, Binance right now, and plus all the other exchanges run the same risk. Okay, now maybe they don't have fraud, and maybe they will have and do you want to run that risk? Okay, you want the risk, So my advice to everybody who is still dabbling with it, that there is a fatality risk right now, can go to zero. So therefore maybe, and this is not me talking, I'm talking to the crypto expert, they tell me this, they're all pulling up. Put into fiat currency, or put into, I don't know what the hell is that, some hardware wallet or don't know what shit that is extremely stable and nobody can take it away, that kind of thing. I transfer the ledger. I don't quite understand what that means, okay, in actual term, but please, those people who actually dabble with it, please stay away from exchanges right now, okay? Stay away and you'll be safe, okay? So I just want to say this, okay? I just want to say this, and it is cold wallet, yes. So I just want to say this, that please it is a dangerous time right now. Okay, it's a dangerous time right now. Okay, so I think with this warning, I have to issue this warning. Everybody, please, you click a like, people will get to watch it. Okay, and then hopefully more people will get to see this. Okay, and then hopefully more people will stay away from it. Okay, please do that. All right. All right, good. Okay, so right now, today, there's a big news that came out. Okay, there's a big news that came out, and it's basically that OCBC, DBS, and UOB right now have increased their fixed housing loan rate to 4.5%. Okay, 4.5%. It's like what, 4.5%. You know, 4.5% is a lot there, right? And the question really is, Mr. Lu, how much more will it go up to, right? So you may not realize this, but the TDSR, what does TDSR stand for? The TDSR, basically the loan, basically the one that tells you how much loan you can take, has even gone up higher than what MAS have said. Okay, so let me share with you some things right now. Okay, so the news that just came out, okay, today, that there is an increase of total debt servicing ratio. Yes, so has gone up to 4.5%. Okay, 4.5%. The question really is, how much higher will it go? What's the implication? Mr. Lu will give you what I think, okay, the likely number you'll go up to, and what I think is the implication to all of us. Okay, so therefore, this is news that just came out, and let me read to you. All the three banks have raised their fixed home loan rates to now rates reaching 4.5%. DBS has 4 fixed rate packaging, and it ranges from 2 to 5 years, all set at about 4.25%. Okay, so OCBC has set at 4.3%. So 1 year one now all set at 4.3%, up from 3.35%, and UOB one is now at 4.5%. Okay, so therefore it's quite a big number. Interesting to hear what the bank actually said. You know, instead of saying, you know, if I'm trying to sell a handbag, I'll just say, wow, this handbag very nice. You can sling, can do this, all very nice. Inside, the design very nice whatsoever. But the DBS guys, okay, under of course the influence of MAS, they said, the spokesman said this, okay, the quotation: regardless of interest rate trends or the choice of house, we strongly advise borrowers to set aside sufficient funds as a buffer in case of further interest rate increase or any unforeseen circumstances. Right? It's basically telling you now, you better careful. 不是我已经跟你讲了 I already tell you already, okay, can go up. Maybe not, but it can go up. Go up, you don't die. Okay? So basically, please set aside money so that you can pay us in case it go up. That's basically what DBS already said. Okay? So they say, I already say it, it can go up further. Okay, don't say another, say please set aside more money. That's basically what it says. So ideally, one should set aside some savings in cash or liquid asset that can be used to pay their monthly home loan installment for the next 2 years, in addition to 6 months worth of expenses. This will allow sufficient time to restructure the loan, okay, or sell the property should they run into any financial issues. Okay, so it is quite a big thing to have the bank coming out to state this kind of thing. Okay, now I see some commenting about we should talk about this after this talk about Temasek and his share. Okay, Temasek and his share in FTX. Okay, later we comment about that. Okay, but let's go back to this issue. So right now, okay, our interest rate at 4.5%. The question really is, will it go higher? If it goes higher, how much higher? Right? That's essentially the main question. But how did this all come out? This all come out. Okay, this all come out because of the global inflation and the Federal Reserve keep increasing their interest rates. The Federal Reserve, when it increased their interest rates, Some of you say, Mr. Lu, that affects US also only. Why it come all the way down to Singapore? Yeah, when the Federal Reserve increase the interest rate, all the funds runs over there. So what does the local banks need to do in Singapore? They have to, the MAS and local banks, they need to up it. If you don't up it, all the funds, will all run out. And the Sing dollar will be sold, So basically we have to level up as well. Plus the fact that we have a lot of imported inflation. And the way to keep our inflation down is to increase our strength of our Singapore dollar. Okay. So anyway, all this has interest rate implications. So therefore, my exchange rate need to be high. So in that sense, whenever you see the Federal Reserve increase interest rate, here increase Singapore, here increase, here increase, here increase, here increase. We have been trying to resist. So we resist it now. Boom. Boom, that kind of thing, right? So family will see you. So we do really have a serious interest rate increase, and that will keep going up, okay? And someone may ask, Mr. Lu, will interest rate keep going up? What do you think? Okay, well, you know what? The answer is already announced, okay? We don't even need to speculate. Jerome Powell, which is the Federal Reserve Chairman, basically say that I will continue interest rate until the job is done to fight inflation. It is not likely. A lot of you all say likely. It's not likely. It's will. it's not a probabilistic event. It's a confirmatory event. Okay, there will continue to increase. He will raise interest rate to fight inflation until the job is done. Is the inflation problem over? Is the inflation problem over? We hit a high of 9.2%. Now it's at 7.7. Mr. Lu actually predicted that it will come down, and it came down. Thank God. That's why the whole market is roaring right now. But is 7.7% still high? What is the targeted inflation that the Federal Reserve need to go? It needs to go down to 2%. 2%. Now it's at 7.7. Between 7.7 to 2%, how far it is? How far are we right now? Is it far? Like very far, like. Okay, like very far, right? It's 5.7%. So how much more interest rate has it got to go up by? A lot, right? Okay. So someone tell me that, don't worry, interest rate won't go up any much more because inflation coming down. Oh yeah, it's a one freaking hell big gap, So yeah, anyway, okay. So now someone said, Mr. Lu, yeah, don't go and frighten the world lah. Interest rate, the inflation is coming down already. Yeah, inflation is coming down already. It's coming down so much. Okay, Federal Reserve say I will slow down already. Okay, look at what they just said. Okay, Federal Reserve, this is the governor of Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve may cut the size of the rate increase, but it's not softening inflation fight. Basically, what he says is that I may not go up by 0.75, okay, but the next round I'll definitely still go up, very possibly 0.5, and I'll continue to increase interest rate. Whatever the rate is, okay, it may not be 0.75% anymore, but I'll continue to increase until the job is done. So Federal Reserve Wallace said that there is way to go before the rate hikes are done. Okay, CPI, October CPI was good news, but it's just one data point, right? So basically, it will slow down, most likely it will slow down, but it will not stop. So, and it cannot stop the minute it just managed to get some results. So we continue to whack and whack and whack and whack and whack. I already said this in the last many talks. The Federal Reserve will not stop telling everybody that I will continue to whack and whack and whack and whack, and whack until the job is done. Because the minute they pull back from this, rhetoric, pull back from this kind of words, the market will start buying. Consumer spending will start increasing and cause another inflation. So you need to remember, I told you I need to be like ghost and frighten you, that kind of thing. No, don't dare spend. So basically, when you think of Jerome Powell, don't think of this nice chairman. Think of those very, the kind of thing that want to kill you, that kind, right? So that is the kind of mood they want to increase. They want to frighten people. They want to drive recession. They want to, like Pontiana coming out. That's what he wants to do. 我都鬼都办了了，你们还不要给 like 啊 ？Okay, yes. So, so I think it is exactly what they intend to do, right? So basically what the Federal Reserve Governor Christopher Waller actually said, market now needs to pay attention to the end point, not the increase, and the end point is still a way off. It's still going to go, okay, of course depend on inflation, right? So what, S&P 500 has broke through 4,000 points. Congratulations everybody. Okay, those who have made money, okay? Yes, all right, good. We'll talk about that later. I'll talk about that later. So the question right now is, listen carefully. So from where it is right now, okay, 4.5% now UOB, and the rest are 4.25 around there. How much more will the interest rate jump to? Okay, how much? Let's do a prediction, shall we? Okay, let's do a prediction. Fortunately, we can kind of guess where it will go to, because the minute this thing go up by 1%, this go up 1%, this thing go up 1%, this go up 1%, right? So we will see the Fed fund rates, the Federal Reserve fund rates, and then we do an aggregation from there. Okay, so let's see right now. So the Federal Reserve fund rate right now, okay, is 4%. 4%. So a bit small. You can have the slides. The slides are all in my description. I already posted up. It's 4%. So how much more will it go up by? Okay, let's take a. Nobody will know, but what the market is analyzing right now is a range. Okay, nobody is thinking of 4.5% anymore. No, not going to happen. So right now, what everybody, the Federal Reserve swap price in a 5% peak right now for policy rate, okay, in the first half of 2023, 5%, okay, 5% interest rate right now for the Fed fund rates. So from what it is today, to what is of 4%, some people, the market is pricing it at 5%, which I think is on the low side, right? So it's a 1% jump. And monetary economists also say that it may go up to 6%. So therefore, between 5 to 6%. So from what it is today of 4%, most likely there's a room to go from by 1 to 2%. Okay, it could be 1, it could be 1.5, it could be 2. It's a range, so nobody really knows. But this is the boundary of what it will become. Okay, it's a boundary of what it will become. So let's see what it is. Okay, so I asked people what is the most common. I asked Dragon Tan what is the most common in his business. What is the most common loan period that people borrow money in Singapore, and what is the most common loan amount that people borrow? Okay, so a lot of people in the past, okay, were locked into this 1.5%, right? 1.5% interest rates. So 1.5 interest rates, and they have this lock-in period of 1 year or 2 years, something like that, and they're all coming out right now, okay. And so therefore, when they were at, and I got this from I think Property Guru or something like that. The last time I made a calculation error on the on the housing loan calculation, because I was assuming a bullet payment, okay. But anyway, now this one I use I don't use mental calculation. I use Property Guru, okay. So if you borrow $1 million, okay, and you at 1.5% for 25 years, this 25 years and this 1 million seems to be the average number, not necessarily those numbers in every case, but kind of like a ballpark average, okay. So 1 million at 25, the monthly at 1.5% interest, they used to pay about $4,000 a month. Okay, $4,000 a month, and that was $4,000 a month to me is really very high. Okay, very high. But okay, a lot of people now salary very high, no big deal. 1 million loans sub water to them. My HDB now maybe left 200,000 or something like that. I haven't go and calculate what's my mortgage payment, but I don't think it's very much. Okay, so but what has it become right now? Let's take a look. Okay, so now at $1 million, it's gone up to 4.5%. Okay, 4.5%. Okay, assuming the same loan period of 25 years, this house from a $4,000 mortgage every month is now $5.55,000. Okay, $5.55,000 is a quantum leap of $1,500 a month. Now again, to some people, 1,500 only lah, sub water lah, no big deal. Okay, I can afford it, right? So most people combine pay husband and wife $15,000, $16,000, so no big deal. So only 1/3 of my salary gone. Okay, no big deal. To me, it's a very big deal. Okay, to me, a very big deal. But to a lot of people, no big deal, right? No big deal. So 1 million loan, 4.5%, I can take it. Look at the queue at the EC. What is that? The EC core that just launched in Tampines. I can't remember. It's the Tampines EC that draws 5,000 people to come, and the tenant, yes, the tenant, 5,000 people there. Dragon Tan was there. He said, "Where got 5,000 people lah?" Yeah, he said, "I was there." Right? So no. It's, yeah. He said a bit houseology over there lah. Okay, but anyway, that's not a point. The point is that loan period of $1 million, so loan period of 25 years at 1 million. If it goes to 4.5%, which is now, it's not if, it's now, you pay 5.5. A lot of people now, when they refinance their loan, the jump is is this kind of amount. Even in short term, let's say 2 years, is this big number to you? I don't know. You go judge for yourself, right? Singaporeans very rich, okay. But let's do some simulation and say that from 4.5%, let's jump to 5%. If you jump to 5%, it jumps to 5,800, 5,800 every month. If you jump to 5.5%, okay, it becomes 6,100. From 4,000 jumps to 6,000, okay. Now, how much can it jump by? I've done all this calculation already. You can download the slides. In case I get it wrong again, please point out to me how I got it wrong, okay. I just want to say this, our Fed fund rate is now at 4%. If it indeed jump to 5%, which is 1 more percent, our 5.5%, which is 4.5% jump by 1%, is very likely. It's very likely. It's not unlikely, it's very likely. So $6,000 mortgage, it's not trivial, no? It's not trivial. Yeah, it's not trivial. So this is a very likely one, but it may not jump only by 1%. It can jump by how much more? So let's say go up to 6%. It's $6,400, a month. 6,400, and nobody have this kind of CPF. I mean, as in your monthly CPF away. Yeah. So I didn't calculate 6.5%, which is effectively a 2% jump. That will probably end up at $6,800-7,000. The one. Almost a doomsday scenario. Some people say unlikely. But I think 6%, 5.5 to 6%, very likely. So can you all see the quantum leap in monthly mortgages? These have drastic implication to a lot of people spending. I don't know whether it will crash the property market, but definitely people are mad about property in Singapore to need to do it. Actually, what's wrong with HDB? I don't understand. Yeah, why is this fanaticism about private property? Okay, yeah, I don't see anything wrong with HDB. I was on the phone yesterday with someone called me. I said I can't mentor you, but I'll do a phone call with you. He said that he sold his condo and needs to buy another condo, but all the condos are so expensive right now. He has got 2 kids and his wife, who is a doctor, cannot lower herself to stay in HDB. Yeah, lower. Okay, so condo HDB no face. Yeah, okay. So HDB no face, condo then got face. Yeah, so I said lower. Yeah, so okay. So I just want to highlight to everybody that so my advice to him is that instead of staying small, why don't you stay big, throw more money in renovation, renovate the whole thing into a palace, okay? Renovate the whole thing into a palace and stay very comfortably in HDB. Yeah, so now these are the kind of mortgages we're talking about. Huge monthly mortgages, huge monthly mortgages, pay to the roof. Hey guys, I don't know why 900 of you, less than now 1/3 of you have given a like. Can you please all give a like, please? I really need that. Okay, so more people will listen to it. So let's calculate how much actually at the end. If now this won't happen forever, but if this happened forever, what is let's in the doomsday scenario, how much will you pay, right? So if you borrow a loan for 1.5% at 35 years, in the end of it you only pay 1.2 million. So $200,000 more or less more. If you borrow it at 4.5%, which is what it is today, you will pay instead of 1 million, you pay 1.6, 1.7 million. Right? So, but if you goes up to 5%, you'll pay 1.75 million. And then if it goes to 5.5%, you go to 1.8 million. And you go to 6%, you go basically pay one more house. Yeah, you basically pay for one more house. Okay? So it's not trivial. Okay, it's not a trivial matter. Okay, it's not a trivial matter. So anyway, so now let me state this very clearly that the sharp increase in interest rate is unlikely to be a permanent phenomenon. Okay, very unlikely. Can it stay for a long time? Very long? I also think it's unlikely. Okay, I don't think it will last for more than 5 years. Personally, I don't think it's more than 5 years. But can it last for years? Yes. Okay. So fortunately, inflation will eventually cool down, and it's coming down already. It's coming down. Interest rates will also come down as inflation comes down, but it will take time. It will take time. So this kind of a decline will take time. So now it takes time for interest rate to go up, and it will also take time for interest rate to come down. Okay, so the interest rate is a lagging instrument. Okay, interest rate is a lagging instrument that follows 6 months to 12 months behind the actual trend of the inflation. Already the real inflation is a lagging indicator. So this is a lagging instrument of a lagging indicator. So it's a lot of lag. So by the time this thing goes around 2-3 years, can you tahan 2-3 years of big jump in mortgages? Okay, so I'm telling everybody right now that now this would be most people, including Mr. Lu, okay, buy a house will take a mortgage loan, right? Car, I don't take mortgage loan, but car I buy all cash because it's really bohua. But housing, it used to make sense to borrow. Now it maybe doesn't quite make sense to borrow. But I think most people will eventually have to suffer a real impact in inflation. You know what's the worst part? Some people say, but don't worry, I got $1 million cash after I sell this house. Most people, once they have $1 million, they go and borrow another $1 million to buy a bigger house. Very few people, not say don't have, very few people have my kind of mindset. Don't feel like borrowing much money for HDB. Don't feel like borrowing much money for housing. Use the money to invest, to set up businesses, to run and live happily. I got zero stress. Zero. This interest rate rise, I got zero stress in loans. Don't have. Is that very good, nice feeling? Very nice feeling. Yeah, very nice feeling. No stress at all. Okay, right? So because I borrow money, okay, but it's not that much because my house is HDB, right? So, but if you were to stay in some big ass condo, landed property, so that's a different matter, right? So impact is higher. Okay, yes. So yeah, so can you see how big this impact is for this 950 people? Okay, just remember to subscribe, okay, and hit a like, okay, and the bell, so that you can get alert when I go live. So right now I'll just conclude this is that I just spoke to at least 2 businessmen in Singapore. their business have a strong impact. Okay, has a strong impact negatively. My take is the slowdown in Singapore economy. It's a foregone conclusion. Will happen. I almost like to say that a recession is inevitable and unavoidable and imminent. Okay, so I don't think we can avoid it. So therefore, we want to be a bit more careful in how we spend big money. Okay, um, and even big investments. Notice that Mr. Lu, when he invests, he uses spare cash, as in from things that I cannot use anyway, like CPF and SRS. Cash, I hold on to it. Okay, I've deployed some, and I'll continue to deploy more, but I'll deploy more carefully. But cash is going to be very important in times like this. Some people might say that, oh, but Mr. Lu, in times of inflation, cash value drop. Yeah, you deploy it and then you run out of cash and you see what happened to you. Okay, and I think it is something that I want to warn everybody. Stop this fanaticism about a state that the need to move into a condo or a landed property or whatever, especially when it overstretches your finances, or when you did a calculation based on your current projected income, you say I didn't, I will continue to have this job, I will continue to do well, I will have this, and project yourself to infinity that I have no problem with housing loan payment. Look at this environment right now where we're in, high interest environment. In all fairness, nobody predicted it. Okay, so just be very wary and very careful. And Henry is right, live well below your means. Well below your means, not live at your means. Yeah. So I think this is very important. Now, will the government come out and whack the property market even more? I think it's very possible. Okay, so it's quite a dangerous thing. If you invest in a property for investment, I'm not so and it's already well spread out. That you've got some money in housing, some money in condo, in stock, some money in bonds, some money in this and that. I think well spread out, I think it's okay. But because you want to live a more atas life and you whack all your assets into a condo or a landed house, and have so little unrest, I think that's where a bit dangerous and overstretches yourself. Okay, so I think no need to live that. I've stayed in HDB almost my whole life, and I feel it's very good. Okay, I feel it's very good. Okay, yeah. So maybe we'll take some comments and questions right now, including anything about crypto that I talked about it earlier. I'm happy to talk. And for those people who find that my talk is useful, please give a like as well. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. Let's see some comments. Okay. HDB now is very expensive. That you're right. Okay. Yes. HDB got urine in the lift. A lot of Singaporeans don't like that. My HDB got urine detector. Okay. I don't know whether the private property one has. The minute urine, you get stuck and then you get shamed. Yeah. So I haven't got this urine problem in a long time. Okay, so yeah, if recession is almost inevitable, why is Singapore blue chip rising? Okay, now I already said this many times. Recession is not necessarily bad for inflation. Oh, by the way, when the interest rate go up so high, the banks benefits a lot from it. That's why the banks are making huge profits right now. So if you have DBS, OCBC and UOB, I would anticipate that the shares will continue to be strong for some time. Okay, but it just, I don't know how it lasts, maybe 2 years, 3 years, that kind of thing. I do have some OCBC counters that I bought a long time ago. I think I bought my OCBC at $5. Yes. Okay, what's the OCBC right now? I haven't looked at it for years. Okay, a month. What's the OCBC share price right now? Okay, I think 3 stocks or something like that. Maybe 4, I don't know. $12. Wow, not bad. Okay, yes. Okay, let's take some questions right now. Anybody question? Thank you, OCBC 1250. Okay, very good. What's SM? I've been staying in Toguan for 20 years. Yes. Okay. Why are housing prices and demand still rising despite rising mortgage rate? That's a good question. Yeah. I think one of the big pillar is that we invited a hell of foreigners to come in, so the rentals are all very high. So there's some support there. Yeah. Okay. I use cash for Endowers World Fund. Do you think 0.3% each year will eat the return significantly? 0.3% is relative, okay? So 0.3% you know, I don't think it's very high. It's not low compared to ETFs, but not high compared to some of the bonds, okay? Hi Ashton, good to see you. If I have $5,000 in cash, any suggestion I put? I think there's a lot of fixed D right now at nearly 4% interest, or even some exceeding 4% interest. Today I spoke to someone who put into Hong Leong Finance or RHB Bank, which gives 3.9 or 4%, something like that. Go and figure out. Yeah, so I think it's quite okay. It's very good. Yeah, I'm also be thinking about that. Okay, with the crypto market crash spill over to our market, I have some fear in that. Some big finance institution have invested in, you know, like a AIG or Citibank or Standard Chartered or HSBC invest a hell lot in crypto and got burned. That one see, I tell you. Yeah, okay. I also have some fear of that, but I cannot tell. Okay. Hong Leong Finance is 3.8%. That's good. I don't know who is the highest interest rate right now. No, can someone please tell me anything higher than 3.8%? I'm looking at maybe $500,000 to $1 million. Yeah. Temasek burned $280 million in FTX, right? Okay, so Hong Leong is the highest. Okay, how much is CIB? Oh, let's talk about this Temasek. Temasek invested in FTX. Okay, $200 million. Is it high? I think it's high. I personally would not have used a sovereign fund to invest in a crypto world, but while $280 million is not a hell lot of money to Temasek, but $280 million is not trivial to Temasek. I'm not now. Of course, I wouldn't say it's peanuts or chicken feed. It's not. Okay, it's big money. Okay, but I personally would have avoided it. Okay, it's something that I would have avoided it totally, given the risks involved. I think it's not necessary. I don't think it's necessary to invest in crypto, in a crypto world. Okay, I don't think it's necessary. It's a risk that I don't think I would have undertaken. So I think Temasek must have done its own due diligence, and some clearly have failed in their due diligence. So I think there's some accountability issue there. Now, I'm a very big supporter of the government, don't get me wrong. Okay, now, but clearly someone has not done his due diligence well, and Temasek has to be accountable to the shareholder, to Singaporeans, for not having done the due diligence. Yeah, because there is fraud involved, you know. Yeah, it's fraud involved. So if it's let's say I invest in Shopee, and Shopee crash, or Grab crash to nothing, right? That kind of investment risk is something that Temasek and we all trust Temasek to do. But when it is a fraud risk, that means it's something that due diligence could have uncovered, then someone needs to be accountable at Temasek. Yeah. So I hope that that accountability is done for the sake of all Singaporeans. That's what I say. So I completely support investment risk. What I cannot support is not doing a due diligence properly. Okay, so I think it's something I need to I think we need to highlight. Okay, so I think that's something. Whoever agrees with me that Temasek needs to be accountable for this $280 million to Singaporean, click a like. I think they have to be accountable to all of us, because they should have done their due diligence and would have uncovered some of this this risk. Okay, yes, right, they should have, right? So yeah, okay, so yeah, do you think T-bills will rise above 4.19%? I think it will, because between what it is right now from the Fed fund rate to what it is towards the 5 to 6%, still 1 to 2% jump. So therefore I think Singapore interest rate, T-bill rate, fixed D rate, all this will continue to jump. Okay, yeah. Singapore OA rate will raise. I think I have a video on it. I think it will go up. Okay, 1 year lose 1 billion, next year make back 4 billion. It's not the point about losing or winning. It's a matter of principle that we support Temasek. We support Temasek to invest and have investment risk. What I'm not supporting. Okay, or what I'm more concerned about is Temasek has not done its due diligence, okay, properly. And clearly there is a fraud risk here that should be uncovered in the due diligence. Send proper auditors down to uncover it. Now, Sam Bankman-Fried clearly has some fraud involved. Right, there are fraud involved in this whole thing. That's why the authorities are coming now. It's not confirmed, but there's a fraud risk, and that's why he went very under. Yes, so I think it's something that's need to be accountable. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think there's some fraud. Of course, we are sorry, someone say this. Okay. Do you think MAS made the right call in banning Binance? If I'm MAS, I will ban all crypto, man. But you know, Mr. Lu is not MAS. Of course, hindsight is perfect sight. So I don't want to be gay camp. Is you know, I know it's gay camp, right? You agree that we should ban all crypto altogether. We should have banned all crypto altogether. Yeah, whoever's, I think it's a rat poison, man. Yeah. So yeah, okay. Whoever believes that that crypto needs to be banned, click a like to support. Yeah, I think it should be banned altogether. Okay, yes. Wait, I'm trying to see your comments. Agree, right? Yeah, I agree. It need to be banned. It's rat poison, man. Right? So either that now, heavy regulation, right? So heavy regulation, right? No, right now is wild west, man. Yeah. Yeah. So why is it that this instrument is not heavily regulated? And outright there are countries that actually ban it. Yeah. Do you think S&P 500 risk of bubble? It crashed. What bubble are we talking about? It just crashed. Wait until the bubble comes and then we talk about that. It just crashed. So there's no bubble risk right now. Okay. And crypto is contributing to global warming. They agree that stupid mining takes up so much heat and energy, right? Yes. In fact, one of my mentees in this business of generating Bitcoin mining, yeah, which I can never understand, why people do it. But anyway, DBS allow crypto trading for institutional investors. Okay. With Fed expected rise to 4.5% in December. Will Singapore rise to 5% in 2 months' time? Possible, very possible. Okay, end of the year is very possible. Okay. Yes. Okay, crypto bosses all run. Mr. Lu, they say stock market is either go on the bull market. Is it still wise to DCA? DCA simply means that you buy at a low, buy at a high, buy at a low, buy at a high, buy at a buy high. Mr. Lu never do that. That's textbook answer. I just find unable to do that. I cannot bring myself to buy when it goes up. Yeah, so I buy when it go down. Okay. Now, usually I buy when it go down, and I won't be able to buy at the lowest point, but it's okay. It's okay. Right? So what's S&P 500 right now? It just broke through 4,000, right? Yeah. So and Nasdaq, how much it went up? Do you see inflation easing significantly in 2023? Yes, I've said it many times, right? I don't even think inflation will ease significantly in 2023. I see even now in US, but I say only in US. In Singapore, I think we'll still have some time. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, would you advise to buy at current price? I can't tell you that, man. I wouldn't advise you. I wouldn't buy at this current price myself. Okay. Why is Singapore lagging? The whole world is lagging because the the one that whacked the hardest is US. So US will come down first. Then rest of the world will come down. This is what I think the sequence would be. Yeah, inflation is still high. It's ridiculously high. Ridiculously high. I was just telling you guys, right? This kid who went for this mookata, which is mookata is like the Thai steamboat. A coffee shop, 3 prawn, I remember used to be 320, now it's 450. Walao. Okay, 460, sorry. So anyway, yeah. So I think in Singapore inflation is, yeah, it's gonna be high. Okay, it's gonna be high. Yeah. So but fortunately it's a one-time jump and you'll stay there. Once it stays there, inflation goes down to 0. If the prices goes down, inflation goes down negative. Yes, it's a block 285C, yes, that's the one. That mookata, yes. Okay, Mr. Lu, I still don't understand. Recession doesn't mean the stock market will crash. I say that many times, Desmond. When there's a recession, it's an engineered outcome by the Fed. When there's a recession, the wage pressure and the price pressure will come down. Therefore, the interest rate pressure will come down, and therefore you will provide a relief in the stock market. Okay, so that is an engineered outcome that the market wants. However, the market will be confused because, like you, most people also think that recession is bad for businesses, so therefore stock market. So it's one effect cause the market go up, one effect cause market go down. The question is which one will have a stronger effect. The market will going confused, right? So therefore it causes a huge amount of volatility, which we are seeing right now, which I'm telling everybody that my take is that it will up instead of down. Okay, so I hope you all understand. Yes, cool, right? Okay, recession first, then disinflation. Yes, okay. When do you see the risk of deflation? It's not a risk, it's a good outcome. I think it can happen. Who does it say that? Cathy Woods have said that, okay? Cathy Woods has said, I think there's a risk of that happening. Looking at the price of increase of BTO, do you think it will come a point where young people will not be afford in future? Yes. If it goes on like that, yes. Okay? Yes. Tech losing money, so where money coming from? What do you mean? Depends which tech you're talking about. There's a lot of techs that are profitable. Do you see further downside risk of S&P 500? Hard to imagine the bottom is in after a decade of QE. The fact is that the bottom is long over already. Could it rise and then crash again? You need to be another black swan event for that to happen. Deflation means eventually demand-led recovery. Deflation simply means that prices are negative. Okay? Yeah. Mr. Lu, T-bills and SSB interest rate are so high. Should I build them first instead of CPF? Why not? Yeah, why not? Okay. If we believe recession is coming due to inverted yield curve, doesn't mean the Fed will cut rates in time to come. The Federal Reserve will eventually cut rates for sure. The question is when. Yeah, okay. My dad, 2-room bedroom in Pasir Ris, rented 2004 and 2023, renting out for 4,000 for 2002 to 2033. That's gone up. Have you considered being a lecturer in local university? I got time. Yeah, I got other business to run there. Which financial channel do I watch? Watch a lot. CNBC, CNN, Bloomberg, BBC, all these kind of things. I watch all of them. Do you think government is a culprit for rising property prices considering they provide grants to Singapore? No lah. It's a global trend lah. You blame the government for what? Everything also blame government. No, this one is not. It's not. It's a global trend. But it will be their fault if they don't rein in this properly. Okay? Yes, because it's within their control to be able to do it. Would you take out all your OA and put an FD? Okay, above 55 years old. I won't, because once I take out, I won't be able to put it back if I'm 50. I won't be able to, but there are ways to not take out and buy just treasury or something like that. University cannot afford Mr. Lu. Okay. Why is US currency going down versus SGD? Because now the inflation is coming down. People are predicting interest rate will eventually fall down. Yeah. Okay. Do you think USD will erode since petrodollar will soon lose its stand? What does petrodollar got to do with USD? Yeah. How long will interest rate likely last? That's a good question. I looking at the lag between inflation and there's a lag between inflation and interest rate first, and there's a lag between inflation and interest rate reaction, and then there's a lag between the inflation versus real world. So I think we're possibly looking at least 2024 before the interest rate goes down. It's my wild guess. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Dollar is backed by oil. No, it's not. Is there a possibility of BTO becoming affordable? Yes. It's a legal case for us to buy a few property now. Oh, children. I don't believe in providing for children too much. Okay. Now, do you see an increase in energy costs? No, I don't. I think in energy costs, problem is over already. Yeah, energy is not an issue anymore. Energy cost not an issue anymore. Hey, half of you all give a like. I prepare all this for you all. Can you all please give some support of like this? Will we be snagged with carbon tax already? We're going to, sorry, let's ignore this topic. Okay, right. Okay, good. Okay, so I hope that what I've shared with you is useful to see where the trends of the interest rate go to. We should see more increase in the home loan rates, and all of you all should be prepared to make adjustments in your life to prepare for the eventuality. That eventuality, when it happens, will not last forever. It will probably last for 1 to 2 years, then it start to taper down. So you just need to have tahan ability for these 2 years. Okay, we will tahan for this 2 years of period. Okay, cool. Okay, so I hope that you appreciate this talk, and remember click subscribe and follow. Yeah, tahanability, that's my must include in Oxford Dictionary. Okay, yes, thank you. So have a good night, ladies and gentlemen, and we shall see how the stock market reacts. Okay, yes, good night to everybody. Okay, yeah, okay, see you all. Okay. Alright, see you guys. Okay. Okay. Louis and Andy, yes, Randall. So the comments fly so fast I can't see everybody. Yes. Yeah. YouTube chosen YouTuber, yes, yes. Kenny, good night to you. Family Lee, yes. Okay. Good night. Okay, Cedric, good night. Okay. Andre, good night. Tony, good night to you. Okay, Carlson, good night. Sean, good night. Okay. Jason, good night. Adrian, good night. Yes. Good night, everybody. Okay. Yes. Okay. Cool. Desmond, good night to you. Yes. I'll see you. Okay. Good night. Okay. Good night. Yes. Yes. Okay. A YouTuber. Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, Chai Ling. Hi. Good to see you. Yes. Okay. Good night, everybody. Okay. Good night. Really have a good night. Okay. Thanks for joining me. Yes.